What's up, guys? It's me, Quarantine's No Excuse for Bad Hygiene 24, and today I'm going to show you guys one of my deck highlights in this Spidey Spotlight video where I take a deck that I'm using and I will show you guys some duels with it so that way you get to see some wins, some losses, the goods, the bads, and then at the end I show you guys a whole deck list and everything going in there. I won't discuss the cards in depth because you'll see the duels before the deck list, so that way you can kind of just make your own assumptions on why I play the cards I play, but it's also free to your interpretations on any suggestions that you have, any tips or questions that you might have about it. Comment it down below and let me know. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, click that bell for notifications if you are old, that way you are always updated when we put future content on this channel. Yeah, so now I'm going to get into the deck that I'm playing this week. I am going to be showing you guys my Inzektor deck. I know some of you guys, Spidey, insects, ooh, but insects aren't really that great today. They're not like as they were. They're not in the spotlight of the metagame as they were back then. Now they just have all three Hornet, all three Dragonflies, and they're a pretty fun deck, especially with the level manipulation and things like that. You can kind of have some fun with it, you can get creative in there. But you know what, with no further ado, let's just get into what they can do. Alright, here comes that first duel. Going up against, from what I can see, a Light Swan player. Now, my thing about this is weird. This is not the best of hands, and I went first, so normally when I play this deck, I like to go second. This is a primarily going second deck, you know, because they need to react between Dragonfly and Hornet. You need targets, so you need to be able to do that unless you want to play a lockdown version of the deck, where that way you focus on Giga Weevil and Giga Mantis, and you use Hornet to pop those cards from the Centipedes and the Dragonflies, and you build up your field. But I play a very offensive version of it, so I prefer to go second. So going up against Duel, once I saw that it was Light Swans, I just immediately Dark Law. I've had enough. I don't want to hear no more of your shit. I know Dark Law can really get in the way of that shit. He's making his moves. He's bringing out all his cards. Here he comes, Borlow Dragon. He's attacking me. He's taking rid of my monster. He's really giving me the whole 1-2. But one thing about Inzektors is they have good resources in the graveyard. Using the graveyard as a resource, if you get all your shit off in there, it kind of helps out a lot. So I did what I had to do, got rid of the cards, took advantage of the field, I leave it to my opponent. He's only setting the card, he's not that aggressive because I made him waste so many of his resources to get banished instead of to the graveyard. It helped me get advantage going forward within the duel. So like you see what I'm talking about when you use Hornet to get rid of the target, so that way even though your opponent may not have cards, you pop themselves, and that way you still get the benefits of getting their effects off. And you can still get on the offensive going after your opponent. And that's when I just did all of that to attack and make a move, just to apply pressure. I wanted to get him, I know I didn't have to make that super poly move. I only did that to get him under 1,000 life points, so I didn't have to worry about Judgment Dragon. And then once I negated his cards, it was all over from there. I'll show you guys a loss. So let's swap it out because I'm using this deck. I'm going up against the Eldritch. The Eldlin and the Eldritch cards. This was my first time going up against, not Eldritch, but he put something else in there that I was like, whoa, 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 what was that? I didn't see that shit. Never seen that card before. So, the Generators, yes, the Generators. This is my first time having the pleasure of going up against Generators. Whenever I go up against a new deck that I don't know, I'm automatically defensive. I just want to see what can you do. I want to know the extents. I want to get to the bottom of it. I need to see your effects pop off. So I love the fact that he built his field up. I wanted to see what was going on, because I know Eldritch just primarily brings itself back and get rid of cards and stuff like that, but I had no idea with these Generators. So I am just dragging the duel out, per se. And then once I realized I can get a monster stronger than most of the stuff he had on the field, that's when I said, yeah, let me make my moves. And yes, I do run dangers in here, mainly because Mothman, he's an insect. He kind of goes into the Inzektor Link monster. But Inzektors are just somewhat of a good, I don't want to say a good engine because they're not really that reliable, but they come in handy here and there, and they can help me with the Inzektors because Inzektors don't mind being in the graveyard, and especially with Super Cocoon of Evolution, I can always recycle them. And then you have the weapon card, the equipped spell card, that also recycles them back into the hand, so I'm never afraid of putting them in the graveyard because of the dangers. So that's kind of why I put the dangers in there. But at this point, he gets to bring out his whole field. And then I get to bring out my field, see what he does. I make my move. I summon my monster. No, it's not good enough to do what it needed to do. But I just want to see the extent. And then he had All Crush in there. I was very impressed with the deck. I didn't know generators could do all this. I was very, very impressed. I had no idea what they were. I knew they were a thing. I just never seen them in action. I know about Eldritch, but that's a loss. They can't overpower certain cards. Now moving into another duel. Going up against something more their speed, Malefics. So once I saw that Malefic Stardust Dragon, I'm like, oh, I'm going up against Malefic. So here comes Malefics doing what Malefics do. Machine duplication on the parallel gear, which was a nice move. And then here comes that card that needs to get banned. Needle Fiber, or Hackley Brax, whatever you're going to say. We all know it is Needle Fiber. It's Needle Fiber. But yeah, Needle Fiber needs to get banned. It's like, you know, we all know it. Just... we just can't wait for it to happen. Like we knew this day would come. So we just have to deal with it while we deal with it. I think, if anything, I made a pretty good move getting rid of his field and knocking him out in one turn. I think I did a pretty nice way of that. Just want to say that. Okay. Now, going up against zombies. So, use my danger cards, put Mantis in the graveyard, things like that. Summon Centipede, use Ladybug. Ladybug can remove itself. You know, it's just a free card when you don't have a Hornet or a Hopper. So, yeah, put them back in the deck. And like I said, when you have Inzektor, Piccofelina, when you have that on the field, it's just easy to recycle shit. And you want to recycle stuff because Inzektors can burn through their resources very, very fast. So recycling is more important than most people may think when it comes to Inzektor cards. So, summons his card, I get my card. I didn't have what I really needed, but that's also a reason why recycling is kind of important, because I run Dark-Armed Dragon in there, so I make sure I have a certain amount of Inzektors in the graveyard to get Dark Arm off. It doesn't work all the time. A lot of times I run a Lord of Darkness, so whenever I have an extra danger monster that I can't use, or I have Dark Arm Dragon, these are the perfect targets just to dump out of your hand with a Lord of Darkness. Here. Okay, next duel. Going up against a hero player. Ooh. He gets his Summon Stratos, effect veiling him off. I have 3 Dragonfly in the hand. This never happens. Literally, this never happens. But I Lord Darkness, get rid of him, because I knew I was going to summon Leviar Dragon, use Leviar Dragon to bring back Dragonfly, to use that to use Monster Reborn to bring back the other one. I know what I was doing with that move. I just didn't think that he would stop his whole play once I effect veiled him to disrupt him. But because of that, it allowed me to get this big field off and just go straight for the OTK. So even when you get bad hands, how you play it really does affect it in Super Poly. Super Poly is just a must nowadays. You gotta run it. You can't respond to it. So many stuff you can fit in your extra deck that can just, boom, get rid of that. This last replay I'm showing you guys is me going up against one of my comedy friends. I'm trying to get him into, he plays Yu-Gi-Oh! In real life, but he's very old school, and he wants to, you know, I'm trying to show him how to play online to get kind of up to speed, but he loves Gravekeepers. So I just want to shout out Neko White. If you go to my Instagram page or you follow him at Neko White 93, you can give him tips and harass him. We dueled a bunch with the deck I'm gonna show you guys next week, and we had a nice little back and forth with that. But as you can see, Gravekeepers kind of get in the way of what Inzektors do. But I tried to get around it, try to do what I can against it, and we get to see how it turns out. But like I said, Neko's a very old school player, so trying to get him up to date and how to play with it. So if you see some bum mistakes, it's because, you know, he's still getting used to this online playing and stuff like that. Like, he's one of the reasons why I started buying cards again, when you saw me buying all the cards. But keeping each other playing. So it's just dope that people in the comedy community play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I get to go to comedy clubs and I actually have somebody to play with and just talk shit and talk life stuff. Eventually, I'll try to get him in a video so you guys can actually see him and meet him. But he just put out an album too, a comedy album called Marscellus. It's on Spotify, iTunes, anything that you can stream on, it's on there. I'll probably put a link to that in the description. He's very funny. He's been doing comedy longer than me. And he's younger than me too, and he's been doing comedy longer than me. So he's like a young OG in the game. He's been doing it 10 plus years. So, like, it's just dope. Like I said, somebody in my age range who grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! The same way I did plays it just like me, and we get to talk comedy and Yu-Gi-Oh! Type of stuff. But I gave up. because I don't think I had anything. No, his computer died. That's what happened. His computer died, but judging from what was happening here, I think I could have won. Who knows? Okay, those are all the duels that I have for you guys this week. For all you guys wondering what the deck list is and what's going on, I'll put up a picture of the deck list right now. So if you have any comments or concerns or questions or just tips and whatever you want to say about the deck list, comment it down below. Let me know. I'm willing to see that type of stuff. Let me know who you thought was going to win that duel between me and Neko at the end. I would love to see what you guys think, because it could have went either way, knowing he had that dark hole face down. He could have easily came back and took control of the field with a Neko Valley and a monster, the Gravekeeper. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know. I want to see what you guys think. The deck I'm going to be showing off next time will be my 6 Samurai deck. Pretty excited to show that one off. It's a little bit harder because that deck, is, from what you guys saw in the other video, it takes a long time to get that play out. It's a very long combo move, and a lot of players don't want to sit for it. But I'm looking forward to showing off that deck to so you guys can see what I do with 6 Samurais. Until then, yeah, comment down below all your opinions or any deck you want to see me play or get into. Any deck suggestions are always welcome. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, click that bell for notifications if you are old. That way you're always updated when we upload future content on this channel. Our personal channels, Neko's comedy album, the Discord server, my podcast that's not Yu-Gi-Oh related. All those things are in the description down below. It'll mean a lot if you check any of those things out or even all those things out. And yeah, I guess Kisame's not here to say it. He's still being an essential worker, so shout out to all the essential workers, and hope everybody's home being safe during these times. And like I said before, quarantine's no excuse for bad hygiene. Wash your ass. Yeah, until then, I'll edit a clip of him saying it.
Have a great day, better tomorrow.
And now I will see you guys next time. Outro time.